Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing on this beautiful Sunday morning? It is Sunday, December 18th, 7:32 a.m. Pacific time. Just for the record, I don't know why it's necessary to say that, but just no telling where you're tuning in from. So here I am in Las Vegas. First thing in the morning for me. For some of y'all, it might be late in the afternoon. I don't know. Anyway, let's think of something to talk about. This is always not really my favorite day of the week, but like I like Sunday better than Friday because I feel like, all right, new week coming, starting to get motivated. I think I've told you all this before, but it's kind of funny how back in the day, I always look forward to Friday. Now I always look forward to Monday because it's like a fresh new start. All the possibilities are endless. Anyway, got a couple of you up in here. What's up? Say hello. We were talking yesterday about moving. We finally brought that up. Man, we're thinking about maybe moving to either Utah or Idaho. And I'm just not looking forward to moving, man. I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, if we could just skip past the process and I could just wake up and we be wherever we are, I'd be good with that. But the process of hiring a moving company, packing up this house and putting everything in a truck and then driving for like 9-10 hours, I'm like, oh, not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that at all. But we're thinking what we want to do is downsize just a little bit and go to a place that is like secluded. You know what I mean? We're downsizing just a little bit with the house. We have a bunch of extra room here that we don't need, we don't use. So we're going to go down just a little bit on that. As long as I can still have an office like this where I can work and she can have an office where she can work, and the kids can have a room and then we got a guest bedroom. That's good. But we want to go to a place that's secluded, where like if we want to get up and go somewhere on the weekend, we're not going to be caught in like traffic that, dude, you try to do anything on a Friday night here in Vegas, man, I'm going to tell you what, fuck that shit. Fuck that. Are y'all up in here? Oh man, it's glitching. Oh shit, hold up. Hang on a second. I think YouTube, it's fucking Mercury retrograde pre-shadow. Beautiful. Every single time. My screen is flashing. Does it look flashy? Why is it pulsating and flashing like that? Hang on. Let me see what's up here. Oh man, I can't see y'all's comments here. They're showing up here. Damn, man, what is going on? They're showing up here on this, but they're not showing up on there. What is going on, man? Mercury retrograde pre-shadow every single time. See, they're showing up here, but I can't see them here. Okay, well, whatever. All right. Anyway, I guess I'll just look at the phone to see the comments. Come to Michigan? I don't know about all that. Ooh, I don't know. Michigan. I don't think I've ever even been to Michigan, matter of fact. I don't think I have. I think that is one state that I've never been to. There's only like maybe 3 or 4 states I've never been to. Michigan, though, oh, just that area of the map, man. That whole, not the East Coast. The East Coast is doable. But like that area in the map in the middle there, that's where I was born and raised. I was born and raised in New Albany, Indiana, lived most of my adult life in Louisville, Kentucky. And that whole area, Ohio, and I don't know, I've never been to Michigan, but I would assume it's not much different. Ohio and Kentucky and like Tennessee and those states right there, it just something about it that it feels like the world is caving in. Like every time we just went back, matter of fact, we were there New Year's Day 2020 to pick up my kids. And I'm looking around and everything just looks like I'm living in this little dome where everything is all scrunched in. I can't describe it. If you've never been out west, I don't know how to describe it, but out here, I don't know why, but everything is so spread out. Like you look out, you can see, I can look out my window here. Well, there's a tree in the way, but I look out my window here, I can see a mountain that's probably a good 40 miles away, 50 miles away, and I can see it from here. Like you just look out and you can just see for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Last time I went to Louisville, it just kind of seemed like I was crammed in this little dome. I don't know how to explain it, man. It's weird. It's weird as hell. Oh, Northern Kentucky. I have thought about Colorado. What we're trying to do, we want, first of all, to get into nature. That's a big thing. So we're trying to go someplace that has nature and it's not deserty. But at the same time, and beautiful scenery is another thing. But we have 3 cats, and we don't know how, like, we're gonna be able to make like a 18-hour drive with 2 cats, 3 cats. So we're trying to make it to where it's like maybe anywhere from a 6 to an 8-hour drive so that we can it's one shot straight there. So I don't know. I'm just not looking forward to it. I wish we could just snap our fingers and just be in the new house and not have to go through the moving process. But she was looking at some houses in Idaho. There are some pretty nice houses up there. Neat little town. I just don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I would love Vegas if it wasn't so fucking crowded. That's the only thing that I personally just don't like about Vegas. It's crowded, man. I'm not the type of person that has to always be out doing something, but here in Vegas, whenever I find myself sometimes bored and stir crazy and I want to go out and do something, but I don't want to go out and do something and be around all those fucking people. It's so crowded, dude. And it's just like, oh my God. I want to be able to, if I get bored and stir crazy, say, hey, I want to go out and do something. And I can just go out and like there's not all these people, traffic, and it's just, I don't know, dude. There's too many people here. Too many fucking people. Too many too many people. Actually, she was looking at a town called Star, Idaho. I didn't really like it that much because there wasn't that good of scenery. I like scenery, dude. I want to be able to look around and see pretty shit, mountains and stuff like that. Where I grew up, there was no scenery, just flat grass and trees. I don't need no more just flat grass and trees. I want to walk out. When I walk out or I drive out of my neighborhood, I want to look around and see beautiful shit. There's beautiful scenery here in Vegas. I wish California wasn't such a shithole. I personally feel like California is the most beautiful state as far as scenery goes. It's crowded too, though, so I don't know. I may not like it that much. But anyway. Yeah. Oh, you couldn't live in Vegas? Yeah, I mean, it has its ups and its downs. I personally feel like the worst part about it is it's crowded. We don't really live close to downtown. So, I'm not worried about all that shit that goes on down there. That's about a 15-minute drive from here on the highway. You have to get on the highway and drive for about 15 minutes to be downtown. I mean, I can see the strip from here, but just it doesn't matter. It seems like it doesn't matter where you go in Vegas. It's crowded, crowded. So we're trying to find a place that isn't so crowded. It's what we're trying to do. It's what we're trying to do. And I don't know, living here, I don't know. I'm so torn about it. So torn about it. I kind of feel like it's home. I actually feel like I'm at home though. That's the weird. So many mixed emotions about this, man. So many. So many. Yeah, I think we've all been having like really vivid dreams here lately. I'm used to it now. I'm used to it now. Vivid ass dreams. It used to drive me nuts. Used to drive me crazy. I'm used to it now. It's like I think I'm kind of comfortable with the fact that I just go play somewhere else while my ego sleeps, and then when I'm done with that experience, come here and play this game for a little bit. You know, pretty sure that's something that we're all kind of collectively going through. Yes, well, yeah, no, Southern California. Leah don't. That's where Leah's from. Is Southern California. She don't really want to go back there. And I mean, I have never heard one good thing about California ever, ever. And that was matter. I hadn't even of all the states I've been to, I didn't even go to California until me and Leah got together. I'd never even been there, but I've just always heard the worst stories about it. And still to this day, I have not met one person, not one, not one. I'm not even exaggerating, not one person that has anything good to say about California. Their laws are so screwed up and twisted, and the damn cost of living is so through the roof. Like basically, our house here, we pay 3,500 a month rent here. Like that wouldn't even get you like a one bedroom apartment in California. We got a 7-bedroom house. You know, like it's outrageous. It's unbelievable. I've seen some little one bedroom apartments for 5,000. 5,000. That's why everybody's leaving. And I feel like they're doing it on purpose. There's always a reason. There nothing is ever accidental like that. There's always a very specific reason. Whenever shit's fucked up like that, there's always an agenda behind it. Always. Always. They always gonna try to point fingers and say that this is an accident. Well, we can't help it. This is bullshit. It's intentional. Now, what is the agenda? I don't know. Are they trying to drive people out of California? I have no idea. No idea. I know I used to think, like everybody always complained about the cost of living in New York. I'm pretty sure that California surpassed that. Pretty sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. But comments were turned off. What the fuck? Dude, Mercury retrograde, dude. I'm telling you. Mercury retrograde. There's always YouTube glitches every time. Oh, well. Hang on. I figured the damn comments were turned off. All right, let's see here. I got a bunch of work to do today, dude. I got a bunch of work to do today. I'm going to try to knock out that weekly forecast. And I'm going to start on January. Fuck it. I usually don't start on the next month until payday, which is the 21st. Fuck it. I got too much done too early. I'm going to start on January. There we are. There y'all are. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that would be so nice if within the next couple of years, some kind of turnaround could happen in California. If they could do that, if they could turn it around and straighten that shit out, whatever it is they got to do, I would love to live there. I would. I would. You ever notice? Now, I don't know all the details on this, so don't quote me verbatim, but when I didn't realize this, when you go to California, you got to cross a border. like you're going into another country. I've always wondered. I'm like, what is this? You got to go through this thing where there's like border security. They got their own like constitution. It's almost like that's not even really a part of the US, almost. I don't know all the details behind all. I don't know how you would word that, but it's like it's not even really a part of the US. It's like its own country, you know? Have you all heard about that? I didn't know anything about California. Me and Leah got together. We start going there. We're crossing into this weird looks like you're trying to cross into another country. There's security guards and shit. You got to drive through this thing. I'm like, that's weird. And I hear they got their own constitution. It's like not even a part of the US is what it seems like. And they got the screwiest damn laws there. I mean, like the weirdest, craziest, fucked up, corrupt, twisted ass laws of any state in the US. Man, if they can straighten that shit out, I would love to live there. I would love it. I would love it. So anyway, enough talking about moving. Oh, I'm dreading that, dude. Hey, you never know though, dude. I live my life like I have no clue where I could be next month. Or I know where I'll be, but like what could happen? Like that we're going to be moving in April. The way the last few years have gone, would it surprise you if the world was a totally different place in April? Would that surprise you? I mean, we are headed into a completely new world, but unfortunately, it's more than likely not going to be the snap of a finger. They're changing everything very slowly, very slowly. You still hear people say that it's going to get worse before it gets better. I don't know what the hell that means. It doesn't seem like it's been getting worse. Seems like everything's been getting better and better and better and better, slowly but surely. But there's still a lot of people that say, oh, it's going to get worse. America's going to go through a near death experience like we haven't already. So I'm on my toes about that. Shit, we prepared. We prepared. We got about 100 gallons of water stacked up in the garage. Got probably about 6 to 8 months worth of food, rice. And we got two or three of those emergency food kit things, that are good for 25 years. We got two or three of those. We got all these cans of beans and shit. We got food and water. It'll last us for a while if something was to hit the fan. So we're good on that. We're good as far as that goes. I don't know. I don't really know because and okay, so if we want to talk about that, then you hear all these people talking about how buying a home is just part of the matrix. And that makes sense. Makes sense. Buying a home. And most people who are awakened will tell you, don't buy a home. And it's like, okay, so the part that I'm tripped up about is if it's in our nature to just be feathers in the wind and not tied down to a particular location, then is the whole idea of being at home somewhere, is that a fallacy too? I don't know, man. The awakening experience is so never ending, ever. If any of y'all are watching this right now and you're thinking that one of these days you're going to cross through this finish line and be awakened and enlightened, it doesn't work that way. Mm-mm. Soon as you think you got it all figured out, you realize you don't know shit. It's crazy, man. Soon as you feel like, all right, cool, I'm awakened, then all of a sudden you got something else you got to learn. So now I don't know if we're going to be buying a house. I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just say, all right, universe, you show me. I'm not trying to figure out my future and plan it to a T. I'll set some goals and say, I want this. I want to manifest this. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'll set the goal, I'll set the manifestation, put the intention out. I'll hook onto that timeline and start pulling it forward, but how? I don't know. How's it going to happen? I don't know. Universe will show me how it's going to happen. All I know is it's going to happen. You know what? That's the way I've been living my life for the past 6 years. Here lately, I've been trying to take a little bit more control of it and plan it just a little bit more deliberately. And every time I try to do that, like, you get caught in this trap, the ego analytical trap of trying to use A type strategies to figure out B type manifestations. A type strategies are the strategies you use for an A type manifestation, you know, like a new car. That's an A type manifestation. You more than likely have got a new car before. Or if you haven't, you can find somebody who has. It's not hard to plan the steps from A to Z to figure out how to make an A type manifestation work. You can plan the steps to make a new car appear in your driveway. But a B type manifestation is something that is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. And usually, a majority of the time, it's unlike anything that anybody you know has experienced either. Like that multi-million dollar business or an actual successful relationship with your actual life partner, something that you've never experienced before and you probably don't know anybody who has. So we try to plan the steps like it's an A type manifestation to try to figure out how to create something that's unlike anything we've ever experienced before. And that'll get you caught in a trap. It's real easy to do that, though. It's real easy to get caught in that trap. I found myself slip into that trap a few times over the past few years. And I got to remind myself, I'm not going to be able to figure this shit out. That's not up to me. What's up to me is to say, okay, well, this is where I'm going. And I'm going to just pick a path and I'm going to start walking. I'm going to start knocking on doors. If the door opens, hey, that's the universe saying, okay, come on in. If it don't, okay, I'm going to go find a door that's open. The universe will take me by the hand and start guiding me in the right direction. And it can be twisty, turny, windy, scary, but anyway, that's what I got to remind myself. That's what I got to remind myself of. Ain't gonna be able to figure this shit out. No, universe will figure it out. Oh, what is life? What is this damn human game, y'all? What is it? Driving me nuts, man. Driving me nuts. Yeah, I've thought about that too. Buy homes for rental property. I've thought about that. I've thought about a little of everything, man. A little bit of everything. I want to own a hotel. I think that would be cool. That would be cool to own a hotel. I don't know though. We're moving into a world. I feel like it's going to be in the next 10 years. I think it's going to take 10 years to make the whole transition. That's what I feel like. 10 years from 2020. So I think it's going to be by 2030 before the whole transition is done. And in this transition, I don't know, man. It's going to be a totally different world. I think there's going to be technologies available for us to use that are unlike anything we've ever imagined before. I don't think humans are going to be doing the same kind of jobs that humans are doing now. That's all going to be done by robots. Gas station clerk, shit, they can do that with a robot, dude. They can do that with a robot. Fast food worker, they can do that with a robot. All that can be done with robots. They got these damn robots. Have you seen some of these robots they have, dude? They not only, well, of course, you've seen they got robots that can carry on a conversation with you, but they got these robots that can like do gymnastics and shit. and they showed this one. They put a gun in his hand, in this robot's hand, and you can program it at a target. And if the wrong target gets in the way, it won't shoot. It'll only shoot what it's programmed to shoot. They can do this shit. They can literally do this shit. So you obviously don't want that technology in the wrong hands, but they didn't win, so you ain't got to worry about that. At least not on the new Earth. I don't know. We are going through a split, so maybe on some people's timelines, those people will win, but not on mine. Nope. So, what you got to think about is if you live in a world of abundance where you don't have to get up and work all day doing something that you hate just to survive, what would you do with your spare time? What would you do? You ain't got to worry about nothing. You're taken care of. You got food, water, shelter, electricity. Your basic needs are taken care of. What are you gonna do with your spare time? I think that's something that most people haven't thought about. What are you gonna do with your spare time? You'll go nuts. There's some people, myself included, I always thought for the longest time that my goal is to just be able to lay around and do nothing. You don't want that. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't want that. And that's what I did. I did that for a good year. That was like one of my favorite things that I was looking forward to becoming self-employed was to not have to wake up to an alarm. Just be able to sleep in, wake up whenever I want, and don't get it twisted. Whenever I need to do that, I like having that luxury. But all day on a daily basis, not on a daily basis. Oh no, you don't want that. You go nuts. You will go nuts because then it's like, well, then what's the point? That's the crazy thing about life. Working to earn and working towards goals is what makes life worth living. What are most people's goals? Most people's goals are just to survive. So that's how their brain is wired. Their brain is wired to fight through life to survive. Well, what are you going to do when you don't have to fight to survive anymore? What are you going to do? Seriously think about this because that's where we're headed. What are you going to do when you ain't got to fight to survive? Most people don't even know what they're actually passionate about. This is why I made that video. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, I made that video the other day where I said a lot of re-education is going to have to happen. A lot of re-education. Because if you was to just, everybody always says that if you was to take all the money in the world and distribute it evenly throughout every person on the planet, obviously, yes, everybody on the planet would be very wealthy. Yes, there is enough money for everybody to be very wealthy. Yes, there is. But within 5 years, it would end up back in the same hands. Yep, it sure would. That's why we got to re-educate people. We got to re-educate people to actually be on that frequency of abundance. If you just dump a bunch of money on somebody who's on the frequency of lack, they're going to manifest lack beyond their wildest dreams with that money. That's what they're going to do. Money doesn't create problems and it doesn't create solutions. It amplifies things. I know people say, oh, more money, more problems. Some people, like, there's this endless back and forth argument about whether or not money creates happiness. And back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I think they're both wrong. It doesn't create problems and it doesn't create solutions either. It amplifies whatever frequency is currently present. That's what it does. It doesn't make you a good person or a bad person. It exposes who you really are. That's what it does. That's what it does. If there's problems present, if there is a vibration of lack, and you dump a bunch of money on the vibration of lack, you're going to manifest lack that you can't even comprehend. It'll kill you. Go look up the documentaries of the people who win the lottery. What happens? They bankrupt in 5 years. Some people commit suicide. Well, for real, unless you're smart enough to get like a financial advisor, tell you what to do with it. See all these people, they go out and they blow it all and then they end up in debt, go bankrupt, and then pow. Well, it don't fix shit, homie. No. But we are moving into a world of abundance. So helping people understand what abundance and lack really is and how it's really created, where it really comes from. It was programmed into us. It was programmed into us. It sure was. And I love though, because you look out and you actually do see more and more people waking up, more and more and more. And it's beautiful. I know there's some negative people out there who try to say that ain't nobody waking up. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Maybe slowly, maybe not as quick as we would like them to, but they are. They are. You ain't got nothing to worry about that. What would you do though? What would you do? I don't even know what I would do, honestly. Maybe, maybe this is just what I'm gonna do. Maybe this is all I was meant to do, man. I don't know. Maybe tarot reading and coaching is my only calling. I don't know. I don't know. But if it ever came to a point where I didn't need to do this to make money, then what the hell would I do? I don't even know. I don't even know. Of course, before this came along, I never would have imagined that either. So it's not like I sat and planned that out. That came around by accident. So I'm just holding on to hope that one of these days another door will open. you know, I don't want that to be my forever career. Oh no, not forever, unless that's what the universe wants. I'm not complaining. I'm very blessed. I actually do love my job, but I just, it was an accident. I never wanted it to begin with. So I've been sitting around for the past couple years like, okay, is any other door ever going to open? Am I ever going to move past this? So if not, it's cool. If that's my calling, then it is what it is. But whenever we do move all the way into this world of abundance, hopefully by then you won't need people like me. Hopefully. See what I'm saying? Hopefully by then everybody will be tapped into their own power and they won't need to go to anybody for guidance. They won't need to go to somebody else to talk to spirit for them. You know? That's my goal. That's what I feel like I'm doing slowly but surely. I'm trying to educate everybody that comes to me. I can't say everybody. Can't say everybody, but I try to make it a really strong point. If it's appropriate, if the energy aligns, I want to make it a goal to at least plant one seed in your mind when you get a reading from me that hopefully will bloom in the future. And once that blooms, hopefully, if you water it, you got to water that seed and shine light on it. If you water it, you shine light on it, and it blooms. My goal is to help you figure out how to flip that light on, awaken yourself, and you don't need to come to me or anybody else for guidance. You figure it out yourself, you know? And like I've said a million times before, if you are going to any reader that is doing anything but polishing your power up and handing it back to you, I think you should stay away from them. I think you should stay away from them. Yeah, they're not helping you. Turning you into an ATM machine is all they're doing. I'm going on a tangent this morning, ain't I? Turning you into an ATM machine. That's all they're doing. Oh, keep coming back. Oh, now, dude, I had this one client one time, and this was a couple years ago, so I don't remember the words exactly, but she had like this astrologer, tarot card reader, witch person that she went to who literally told her she had to ask her permission to like learn how to read tarot cards. I said, "What? Ask her permission? The fuck?" She says that she's a special chosen one and not everybody is allowed to do this. I'm like, you stay the fuck away from her. Stay the fuck away from her. Those are the people that give people like me a bad name. Those people right there want to try to act like there's something so special doing something you can't do. That's bullshit. That's a crock of horse shit, homie. Everybody's powerful enough to talk to spirit. Everybody's powerful enough to develop their own personal relationship with the universe. Ain't nothing special about me. Ain't nothing special about nobody on the internet who flips tarot cards or communicates with spirit. Ain't nothing. No. We got to get out of that mentality that there's somebody better than you. You got to get out of that mentality. It's an illusion. It's not true. There's nobody better than you. There's nobody more gifted than you. There's nobody who's more special than you. That's what I want to plant in the heads of every single human on this planet. And I know it'll eventually put me out of work one day, but oh well, we're moving into a world where we ain't going to have to work. It's not the way it's going to be. So why would I want to just turn you into an ATM machine when we're trying to awaken? The goal, if you're a starseed, volunteer, whatever you want to call it, if you're here on this planet, that's your goal. Your goal is to help awaken. If you're telling somebody that they're just a lowly little human and you're this special enlightened being and you're a chosen one and nobody can talk to spirit but you're full of fucking shit. You're not helping nobody awaken. You ain't helping them do shit. You're in it for selfish fucking reasons. You know what I mean? That's why I made that video, why I stopped watching tarot videos. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. I was giving all my power away. I was giving it all away. I was like, man, this doesn't even fit in with my worldview anyway. So what the hell am I even doing here? What am I even messing with this shit for? And that's when I started getting the downloads. Well, Rich, you need to be that tarot guy who actually plants those seeds in these people's minds and gives them their power back. Because we got to change this whole damn system around, homie. The whole system. The whole system. And leading people to believe that they have to go to somebody else who's smarter than them, better than them, more gifted than them for an answer that they don't have. That right there, I would feel safe saying that anywhere from 80 to 90% of our problems will be solved as soon as every human on the planet wakes up to how powerful they really are, starts trusting themselves, right? Trusting themselves and navigating their own life path with confidence. 80 to 90% of the problems would poof, disappear overnight. That is the fabric that held the third dimension together. Because the universe has no choice but to hand you evidence that supports what you believe. And if you believe that you're a powerless, lost human and you have no purpose, then that's all you're going to see evidence that supports that. That's it. That's how powerful you are. If you believe that, that's what you're going to experience. That's exactly what you're going to create. It will manifest. So how do we say that one thing? That's probably an unrealistic thing to sit and think about. But how do we say that one thing that makes it click in everybody's head? How do we do that? How do we do that? That's the fire that burns inside of me every single day. How do I say that thing? What's the word? Or what's the phrase? Or what's the analogy that I need to use? Or what's the way of describing this? How can I connect to you in a way? What's the one thing that I can say that makes the light pop on? It goes, dude, I get it. I fucking get it. And then you take off. You start creating your own future. You start developing your own relationship with the universe. How do I do that? That's tricky. That's tricky. And yeah, sometimes, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, dude. There are days where I just get so overwhelmed with it that it's just like, man, fuck it. Fuck it. Maybe humans are just too stupid to understand it, because there are so many people. We talked about this yesterday. There are so many people that don't want control of their lives. They don't want to be powerful. Because if they accept the fact that they are powerful creators who have control of their life, you know what that means? That means you got to work. And nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to just sit around and be lazy and have shit handed to them. Yeah, when you realize how powerful you are, got news for you. You got to get your ass to work. That's all there is to it. And there's some people that are just so fucking lazy that they would rather be lazy and live in a fucking pool of shit their whole life than do the work to climb up out of it, you know? So, yeah, it can be frustrating sometimes. Being a volunteer on planet Earth, being a volunteer on planet Earth in this day and age, it can be taxing on your energy, dude, for real. Mhm. Oh, well, it's cool though. What a time to be alive, right? That's what I say. What a time to be alive. I've been ignoring the comments here for a minute. My bad, y'all. I was going on a tangent. I was just going on a little tangent. Probably going to be getting out of here in a couple of minutes, though. Thank you for the positive feedback, Zoe Jane. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you too, Mountain Girl. Appreciate y'all. My bad. Man, I'm going on a tangent, man. This is just some thoughts that I hold in. Thoughts that I just hold in and I'm trying to figure out. Because, I sit around and play on the internet too. I do too. Sit there, scroll through YouTube shorts in the morning while I'm waking up. And just the fucking stupid ass 3D arguments some of these people are having. It's just amazing when you look at, of course, we all know that everybody's polarized, you know, that we're still divided. In 2022, we are still bitching about men versus women, black versus white, gay versus straight, and trans, and all this bullshit. We're still in that. We're still bitching and arguing about all that. We ain't made no goddamn headway as far as that goes. So, like, sometimes it's just like, oh my God, am I wasting my time? You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. Can't let that ego get the best of you, though. If you're a volunteer, I get it. It's stressful, but we can't let some stupid people get the best of us. Of course, I guess if that's what they wanted to come here and experience, that's what they wanted to come here and experience. I've already experienced plenty of that, though. That's my thing. Haven't we all experienced plenty of that? We've all experienced the division and the fighting and this and that. We've already experienced all that. When's it going to be enough? In one lifetime. Whatever. Anywho, it is about time for me to get out of here, though. It is about that time. Just wanted to get on here and have a little conversation, get my brain fired up for the day. I will see you all at some point on my main channel. I'm going to try to get a bunch of work done today. Nothing's promised, but thanks for tuning in and listening to me blab. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.